monsters. Good day to you, partner. I'm keen, and I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken cave.
Okay, so my res, 90 poison, 87 cold. 1 off on the max, that's okay. We're good here. Plague. Alright, let's go. Hey guys, it's Woogs here. Just finally coming back to commentate here this #1 Necro RATHMA run, Season 6. This was actually done about like 12 days ago. I've just been very behind on actually recording some audio. As you can see, I'm wearing full trangs in Plague Rune Word. The reason for Plague is it gives you some Poison Pierce, as well as it gives you the Cleansing Aura, which actually helps reduce. It kind of gives you PLR in a sense. It kind of halves poison duration, roughly, based on a tick interval. It's not as good as PLR, but it's kind of a good substitute. And I'm really running full trangs because I went into this probably like 3 or 4 days too early. I still can't get over the fucking experience in this place. But
yeah, it's actually pretty nuts.
Once I can actually farm this, it's gonna be insane. I really wanted to get the kill, so the #1 kill, so I kind of went in early. So full trangs gives you, you know, the run walk, which is nice, but it gives you basically the free capped res. So all you need to do is get max res, and you're going to be over capped, which means small charms. You can just use plain 20 lifers. You don't need any fancy life / single res small charms or anything, you know, difficult like that. So I'm running 3-socket Trang armor, helm, and shield with some galls and ohms in it to get my max res up, and the rest is just actually perfect rubies just for life. My life is only 2200, which is very low for RATHMA. I wouldn't do this for farming, but for top kill, let's say it's reasonable. But having no PLR makes this very difficult, as you're going to see. I actually played this first phase terribly, so I'm not looking forward to watching that again, but alright, we'll do it together.
Good luck.
Thanks, buddy. So at the beginning of this fight here, you're going into Mendon, and basically after you deal a certain number of damage, the spires start to shoot, and as you see, I got stuck there. As I complained about, and I got hit by all 4 and almost died. I dropped to 11 HP, so that was a quick way to lose this. After you get him down to health interval, he's going to spawn the golems. He's invincible during this period, so you have to kill all the golems. Season 6, he only spawns 3 golems now. That's kind of because there was a bug where you used to be able to spawn only 1 golem. So they kind of fixed that by removing the stairs, and it only spawns 3 every time. That sludge gnome that he just shot out is the most dangerous ability in the entire RATHMA fight. If you get hit by 2 of those balls, you will die, you know, sub 3000 life. So you really got to make sure you're only getting hit by 1 or avoid it altogether. And at the end of that, he shoots the poison nova, which you have to use your antidotes for. That's the only thing you need to use your antidotes for. And during that phase, you can constantly damage him, so that's why he starts the golem phase right after that. You have to clear the golems before they reach him. You see, I planted a revive between him and the golem because it was going to reach him, and that would have healed him, so I kind of used the revive as a body block, which is a kind of cool trick you can do. You'll notice when he's going to do the poison nova round is when he starts the poison creeper on the ground. But basically, you see there, I had bad footing there. I should have been closer to him, but I was a little bit too far away, so I got hit by the sludge nova. Again there, I should be a closer range. A bit nervous on the early kills, I think. Did a good job dodging the cold spires, but this is the poison creeper round where you can constantly damage him. and then just antidote that final potion there, or final poison nova. And we want to keep damaging him again, so he spawns the golems. And at this phase, once again, dodge the spires. I should really run on the outside when he's not double phasing. Double phase is when he does the poison creeper and the golems at the same time. So when he's not doing that, I really should go on the outside to avoid getting hit by multiple spires, just like that. And the reason I put all the revives in the middle just to body block the golems. Once you have enough damage, you actually don't need revives at all. I don't use revives at all during P1 anymore. I just use dagger and desecrate. Actually just dagger even. Again, I got hit by the sludge nova. Having a magnet to them this round, it seems. And here's the final creeper round. He does 3 of them in the phase 1. And then phase 3, he does 4 of them. But here I move far away, he teleports towards me, which is okay, but I'm always ready to blood warp over the nova if it comes. But I'm kind of not doing this too well and kind of getting hit by too many spires. Because what you really should do is run on the outside, stab the golem, and then keep running on the outside so you can avoid those poison balls. Because right now each one of those poison balls is taking me below half health, so it's kind of a lot to handle. I'm using a lot more rejuves than I need to because of that. You want to stay in the middle like this during these phases so you never get sludge nova. But on the other phase, when he has the golems out, you want to run on the outside. And then there, after you damage him, the spires die, and that's the end of P1.
You're a fucking mad lad.
I fucking got hit by so
God.
much shit there. Holy shit.
Oh, I'm sweating. Wow, that was about as try-hard as you can get, I think.
Yeah, I was like, is this strategy gonna work? I'm like, I like lost hope in it halfway through, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, oh, I'm kind of made my bed here. And I walked into like, I don't know, good 3 to 4 of those like one-shot sludge novas.
Yeah.
This is like, feed me those.
Man.
And what happened here? Did you see that one time where he hit me with a wave this way and a wave that way? And I was like...
I did see that.
I was like, geez, I'm like, this is where I die.
Oh my gosh. That was crazy.
Yeah, fucking phase 1. Let's see. Yeah, you can see I was complaining there about, you know... Now there's no more daggering. I kind of talk about a new strategy because
Fuck that
skill. I don't normally use...
Shouldn't even be in the game.
Yeah. I don't normally use
Nerf dagger
revives,
so you can't use it anymore.
but honestly, I decided for this top 3 I would use revives in P1. I also don't think this is a fight you should be doing in full tranks. But here we are, trying.
Yeah, God.
Apologize, I haven't watched this since I got the kill, so I'm not sure. I used 8 rejuves there too.
Like, I had to use it on almost every poison. Like, not even the times that you need it. It was just like I was just taking so much poison damage.
But I think you guys are
that
used
was
to
nasty.
this,
I think I need the PLR.
where
Fuck this play.
you're just collecting rejuves in this phase. But as you can see, something really cool is I already got 6% experience on this. I'm level 91 or 92 in this video. I'll have to check. But it's above 90 because the eye level is now 92. Well, it always was 92.
I got 6% experience.
Yeah, I'm talking about it here.
That's crazy, man. I can't believe that.
But that's how some people...
6% experience on 91.
Yeah, 91, there you go. People are using this to
I'm
get
gonna
to
be able to
99
make the
this
Cobra
season.
sin, I could fucking 99er.
That's awesome.
Alright. Well, if I can get this going good, then we'll go. So I gotta just like talk out the fucking shakes though, man. That was a fucking sketchy fight. I don't really want to do that one again.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like phase 3 can get kind of scary as fuck, so I'm not too excited about that, but
Yeah.
am I not gonna make it here?
Yeah, I'm worried about not getting enough rejuves.
Okay, this helps.
But
Okay, come on.
sometimes in this round, if you use too many pots in P1, you might not get enough
Thank God.
rejuves. Depends on the RNG, but I have plenty here, so
This is the moment the RNG doesn't hit.
I was just worried.
Yeah. I've had it a few times where I couldn't even fill up my inventory with rejuves.
Oh, no.
And it just fucking sucks. Okay, so this
No.
is... Got 8 revives. Okay, just point out if you see a skelly that I'm not paying attention to.
Okay.
Conjured Soul, just like point it out.
Yep.
You can just say top, bottom, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Alright,
Okay.
let's do it.
Okay, so the idea in P2 is we're not using dagger anymore. What we're doing is we're just doing desecrate and revive at a distance. That's because RATHMA is kind of the opposite of Mendel. In my opinion, you want to be far away from him, so he can't like shotgun or hit you with a fire ability on the ground plus a spear. And here you go. After you've damaged him a certain amount, he spawns these Void Knights, which you have to kill before you can damage RATHMA again. And you can also see there's a Conjured Soul, the skeleton in the middle, that I haven't targeted yet. He's the most dangerous person in this game. He casts a fissure, and if you stand on top of that, you take insane fire damage. So you really have to focus that first. But Necro's going to have this fight easier than other people in phase 2, not the other phases necessarily. But having 8 revives up means that you don't really have a lot of health in the Necro, but you have so many shields, because like the Void Knights, if you're just a single person, all 6 to 8 of them can come out at once, target you, and you can take some insane burst damage if RATHMA hits you, and that's one way people die. So the idea in this fight is you always want to have 8 revives up. Yeah, you don't even bother damaging someone unless you have 8 revives up, because that's what's going to keep you alive. You just always desecrate, revive, revive, desecrate, revive, revive. That's kind of just like something that's in my head. Unless I have 8 up, then I'm okay just to desecrate. And you see there, that's the only time you want to use dagger, is in the cage. You can one-shot it very quickly. So you pretty much want to have dagger on your left click still, so that you can just punch through a cage really quickly. Otherwise, if you get stuck in a cage, you get a fissure and a spear, you're going to die. There again is a Conjured Soul. Right when you see them, you want to make sure to kill them and stay far away from those fissures. Now, there's 2 of them here, which is very dangerous, so you kind of want to keep a little bit of distance
Job.
and get them out of the way. But just really keep your distance to RATHMA. Like, just, in my opinion, if with the Necro, you can't really have too little damage here. You kind of just...
Those guys still?
Oh, I left one alive. You just want to
I don't do
pot
damage
whenever
on
you
those
take
guys.
like 20% damage, just pot.
You got him already.
So you'll see sometimes I go down to like
Yeah,
2000
I
or
was 2
or
before.
1700, I just immediately pot. Because you can take a burst damage of like 1700, 1500, but it all comes very quickly, so as long as you're always full health, you'll never get one shot. And you're going to have enough pots to finish this fight. So it's better to over pot in this phase than under pot. Again, I took a huge chunk there. This is again, I'm getting a little impatient here, I think. I should have stayed to the side there instead of moving around. Kept my revives up and desecrated at range, but I kind of just... I was a little antsy, I think. You can actually dagger these knights. I've been doing that lately in my farming, but my farming is much better gear. But it is an option. This was another mistake. I should not have gotten that close to that Conjured Soul. I could have killed him from range, just like this, from the top, like from 12 o'clock or all the way north. And that would have been much safer. I almost died there, and if I would have died there, that would have been a completely me mistake. And that would have been pretty upsetting if I watched the footage after, because that was
extra.
just a bad mistake. So this is phase 2 pretty much done here. So he has those 3 rounds where he spawns the Void Knights, and the Conjured Souls just come out randomly pretty much.
Fuck yeah. Alright.
Nice job.
I didn't go into here either? Okay. Not bad.
Nice job.
A little bit nervous. This is gonna be fucking RNG or not.
Okay.
If I get a good oops, I didn't want that guy. If I get a good split on Mendelin and Rathma, we're good. If they group on top of each other and I get double phase the whole time, it's just gonna be like, am I gonna have quick fingers or not?
Yeah, for sure.
So
Let's hope.
Yeah, you don't lose your revives during this phase going through the portal, so I always use this point just to get all the, core bellies or thorned hogs just to make it
definitely
quicker.
do not have the recommended life. All right.
This void phase is actually
That phase
pretty
2 is alright
dangerous.
though. I'm happy with
You
that
have to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, for sure.
These mobs have pretty high damage.
Piece of shit.
Again, you want a minimum of 4 antidotes for the last phase, because if you get all the phases of RATHMA, like if you don't skip any, sorry, Mendown, you're gonna get 4 poison novas you have to antidote. Plus, you might take some like inconsequential poison damage that you're gonna want to potentially antidote because you're in a sticky situation. So I would always bring slightly more than 4 until you have like really good farming gear and you can guarantee that you're gonna skip a phase. Then you can bring less in. So I think here I bring 6 or 7 at least, just in case, which is definitely recommended. When you go through the void, the portal can actually spawn in 3 locations, pretty much all the way east, all the way north, and all the way west. So you kind of have to traverse this void a little bit until you find the portal. I find it right away on the east location, but it could be any other location.
Wow, clearing this whole fucking place.
You can see I got 10% experience so far. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about
for
now.
real.
Is, you know, I should just clear more of this just to get higher levels, but I just kind of want this over with, so I'm kind of pushing. So phase 3, you actually fight Mendown and Rathma, and what I was talking about splitting is that you're fighting both bosses at the same time,
Thing over with.
and you want to have them not on top of each other, so you're
You got
only
it, man.
damaging
Take your
one at a
time.
time.
Calm. Good to go. Done it before.
Yeah.
Because when you get them down to certain health, they're going to spawn either their poison creeper round or their void.
You want me to watch out for anything?
respectively.
Again, just the conjured souls.
Okay.
Those guys come up, just let me know where it is.
Yep.
So, I mean, aside from that, I just gotta keep my pots up.
Cool.
Not much I can do. It's just I need to not get one shot by the sludge nova.
Yeah, for sure.
If it happens, it fucking happens. But without 2400 life, you get one shot. So.
Okay.
Well,
Let's pray.
if you get hit by 2 of them, like 2 little balls. So I just have to pray.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so at the beginning of this fight, I actually run to this far side like this to try to force Rathman to teleport to me, which he does. I then want to blood warp over to Mendown, and now they're split, is what I was talking about. I got absolutely smoked by that Nova. I could have died. Should have been closer. But this is the idea. You want them slightly apart so that your Desecrate only damages one of them, and keep your revives between the 2 so he doesn't teleport closer to you. And then after the creeper round, you just do your antidote as we did there. Keep your revives up. Most important is having your revives up here. And Mendown is never invincible in this phase. You can always damage him. But Rathma does go invincible if he spawns the Void Knights. Generally the most damaging is Mendown because of that Sludge Nova, so you kind of want to bring him down first. So keep getting him back into the middle. He always does his Poison Creeper from the middle. And as you see here, Rathma's keeping quite good distance because he's in range of my revives, so he's not actually trying to teleport on me. If you lose your revives, he might teleport right on top of you, and then that's when you're going to kind of double phase them. I let a lot of revives die there, so what I did is I spawned a couple near him to distract him, and then as I get back into the middle, I get more revives open again on Mendown. You see he's at the end of his last creeper phase, but I actually double spawned right at the end, but luckily it's okay that I can kill Mendown quick there, and now it's just the Void Knights. At this point you have 2 options to kind of focus down the Void Knights or kind of refill your pot. I suggest getting up 8 revives like I did, damaging a few of them, and then filling up your pots. If you get stuck with too many of them up there, even if you're just going to be constantly filling, healing, and just die. So you really want to force the gun there and kind of kill a few, and then fill up your pots. You also saw the Conjured Soul in the middle. I focus that down as well because, as I said before, that's kind of the most dangerous thing in this fight. To be honest, if you play really carefully now, once Mendown is dead, the fight is basically over for a Necro. You definitely can still die, and if you don't pay attention, you will die. However, if you keep your footing far away, keep 8 revives up, focus down the Knights, keep an eye out for Conjured Souls, you're not going to die, really, so you kind of just have to make sure that you're watching your health, heal right away. It's kind of the same as P2 at this point. Anything below 3/4, you just heal. Unless you use too many pots before Mendon died, then you have to be a bit careful, but I had plenty here that I wasn't too worried, so I just kind of used my same strategy from P2. So he has one more Knight's Phase that he's going to spawn in a moment. There it goes. And then after this, its fight's pretty much over. It's just finishing off these knights and killing Rathma. So you just want to keep your revives up. As I said before, make sure there's 8. And that fire on the ground, that fire ring, that's another important skill from Rathma. He does the bone spear, and he does that fire that explodes in those teeth that explodes into fire. That fire is like a tick damage, and it can absolutely melt you really fast. So you have to be very careful about that. His normal teeth ability, that one, the one he's shooting right now, actually does 0 damage in P3.
Game. Let's go.
Let's go. Nice job, dude.
First fucking Necro. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Holy shit.
Congrats, dude. You are mad. Nice job, dude. Oh, yes. He got a new account. Yo, nice job, dude. Hell yeah.
Holy fuck, that was... phase 3 wasn't that bad, but phase 1 was so stressful.
Phase 1 was sketchy as fuck.
Fuck yeah, I knew I didn't want to say it. Right when Mendlin died, I was like, okay, it's over.
Nice job, dude.
Holy shit, fuck, man. I should post in our little group too.
Do it. Chill. All good, man.
Yeah, done this before.
Oh, that's the wrong video. Apologize.
I don't fucking want this.
Here we go.
2 seconds.
This is the gear video. I'm going to pause this a little bit to go through this. I could use video editing, but I'm...
2 seconds.
So the main thing here is we're using a plague fanged knife. Just any knife is fine. You just want a 3-socket dagger. I always use fanged knife. It's what you can find. I actually rolled a 1 to all skills, which is pretty not ideal, but I couldn't really afford much more this early in the season, so I just kind of rolled with it. The next we're rolling with is full trangs. As you can see there, 3-socket armor with 3 rubies. The helm has 1 ohm and 2 rubies. And then we're just using a pure 3 PNB high life ammi. This is where you'd want to have your 50 to 75 poison length reduction amulet. It's pretty much mandatory in my opinion, but you can squeeze by as you saw without it. On the shield we just have another 2 galls, and I actually threw a jaw in there for some life because as you saw I had pretty low life. So you definitely want to try to get as much life as you can out of it. The boots are just some 25 PLR boots, quad res, a nature's piece, plus 2 trangs, another nature's piece, and then just flat, you can see these are just flat 20 life for small terms. That's the benefit of trangs. The better build I would recommend is either Venomord with a Shaco, and then 3-piece trangs, a PLR amulet, or a Bramble and a Andy's Visage. That's what I use now. It's but either one of the 2 is fine. But with both of those builds, you require life / single res small terms. To get your capped res, you need 27 res over your maximum poison and 27 over your maximum cold, because Mendon casts a lower resist. So you have to make sure you have that. So that's where the overcap comes in. You see here I just have a pretty much slow lifers, but lifers are pretty much also required. You see here my stats, so 90 poison res, which is mandatory for the fight, 87 cold. You can get away with different levels of cold. I've done it as low as 82. I have characters as high as 89, 90. It just depends how much of the spires you can dodge and what you're comfortable with. You can see my poison strike damage is 21k, which is actually very low. My live build right now that I use to farm is 42k, so literally double, and has more pierce and more attack rating, so and 600 more life, so it's very budget, let's say, in that compared to the end game you can get. For skills, you just want to max all your poison skills. Then you want to get 20 into revives, and then just dump the rest into bone wall, because that actually does more absorb than bone armor does, and that's just purely for the physical knights that you get once in a while. You can have bone armor up, and during the ad phases, just to keep yourself alive a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the Poison Dagger Necro, how you get #1 kill. Thanks guys, hope you enjoyed it. Cheers. I fucking want this. So
Come play with us, Danny. Forever